Okay, guys, welcome to probably what is going to be one of the very last FIFA 20 career modes that I do. It's a Sunderland Career Mode, and I'm actually quite excited about it. I think it's going to be a challenge. We're going to try and get Sunderland back into the Premier League, basically. We're going to try and completely rebuild them. We've got quite a EFL 1 slash bottom of the championship quality team at the moment, and we've got a big challenge to get them one into the championship and to survive the championship in the second season, potentially get into the playoffs for promotion into the Premier League, and then if we manage to get into the Premier League into on the start of our third season, that would be a massive achievement, but it'd be a massive struggle as well. I think we're probably going to end up spending 2 years in the championship. But anyway, that aside, this is going to be a massive challenge. I'm going to really quickly run you through the squad. I've written them all down on a piece of paper so that I can quickly decide, and draft up who I want to transfer. But this is what I believe is our strongest lineup. So we've got a 5-2-3 formation with Lyndon Gooch on the left wing, probably going to be our most crucial player at the age of 23. I'm hoping that he can improve. We've then got Lafferty up front alongside Watmore. Watmore is a player that I would love to change because for me, wingers need to be inverted. So, for example, Gooch on the left wing has a right foot. Watmore, ideally for me, would have a left foot. Then we've got Scowen, who's 26. I'm actually not sure if Scowen is on loan. I haven't looked through the squad hub yet, which is where I'll find out if he's on loan or not. But he looks like he could be on loan. Got Max Power as well, starting in the midfield. So two CDMs who can kind of carry the ball forward. Max Power will definitely be the better of the two at being a box-to-box midfielder, but Scowen will provide some defensive cover for us as well. We've then got John in the left back position. Again, I don't actually have a clue yet if he's on loan. I'm hoping he isn't because he does actually look quite good. But the only thing is he's 24, so he probably won't grow too much. Then we've got Flanagan in the defence. Now, it was a toss-up between him, Lynch, or Smith, but Smith and Lynch just a bit too slow for me, even though they're left-footed. So Flanagan, I would prefer him to be left-footed. I would prefer to have a left-footed centre-back there. But for now, it doesn't matter too much. This is just the starting lineup. This is before any signings. Then we've got Wright, who I think is on loan from Bristol City. But I'm hoping he's a transfer. But I'm not sure yet. 70 rated, he's our best player, let alone best defender. He's starting in the heart of that defence. And then we've got Willis alongside him as well, who's 24 and 67 rated. So I'm hoping he can improve throughout the season. And then in that right back position, we've got O'Neill or O'Nine. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but he looks all right. The only thing is he's not quite as fast as I'd like him to be, but he looks good. And then in the goal, in between the sticks, we've got McLaughlin, who is one of the players that I would like to improve on. We've got Grigg on the bench in the striker position, Maguire on the bench in the right wing / centre attacking mid position, so he could be useful. Dobson, but he is obviously 30 and Wilcock is 27, so not brilliant. Dobson, 21, hopefully he'll grow this season and he could probably overtake Scowen because I think Dobson's a bit more well-rounded. Leadbitter as well, potentially could get a bit of game time, but he's 33, so if I can, I probably will move him on and bring in someone new. Got Hume as well as a backup left back. Lynch, as I said, backup centre back, left-footed, so that'll be useful, but he's very slow. And then we've got Berger as well as our backup left-footed goalkeeper. I don't know why I needed to say that he's left-footed. It's really not of any interest. Got Wyke on the bench. In the reserves. I'd want to sell him. Ozturk I'm going to keep around, but I'm not too keen on him. Same with McLaughlin. I'm going to keep him around, but not too keen. So Menyo, I'm hoping I can grow him a bit this season. I don't know if he'll grow much at all, but we'll have a look. Then we've got Embleton. Again, could be useful, but I'm not really sure about him. If we can get him up to a 65 rating and then potentially sell him, I think that might be a good decision to make. We've got Robson as well, who I'm not really too keen on. Him being 22 and only 61 rated doesn't really make me go crazy about him. Mumba, I'm very excited to train up. I want to get his shooting up, and then I'm going to try and make him a box-to-box, well-rounded midfielder. He's only 17, so we've got plenty of time to do that. We've got Kimpioka, who is 19 and 54 rated. I'm going to try and shift him out of the team if I can, because there's no way I'm going to be able to train him or sell him, really. So hopefully we would be able to sell him, but he's not going to have any use. Then we've got Samut, who I also really don't want at all. I'm hoping he's on loan and we can just terminate it. If not, he's being sold. And then we've also got Smith, who is another backup centre-back. Probably will move Smith on, though. I don't mind Lynch as much, Smith for me is just not quite as good as Lynch in the defending aspects. Oh, actually, it's quite close. We'll see how they go. But there's the team. We've got a lot of improvements to make. There's not really any promising players at all. What we're going to do quickly now is jump into training, and we're going to lay out how we're going to train our players. So, Wyke, I want to sell. Lafferty and Grigg are fine for now, but neither of them are very fast. So I think Semenyo is going to get a lot of time on the pitch. We're going to go straight away with adept attacking scenarios. I mean, what else do you do with a striker? Then in the winger position, we're going to try and train up Gooch as much as we can. Even though he's not a promising player, his finishing stats aren't really great. So if we could get that up, that would definitely help our season. Remember, I'm a bit disappointed that he's not a promising player, but there we go. We're going to work on adept attacking scenarios with him. Disappointing here because there's no young centre back apart from Willis, but because Willis is our youngest centre back at the moment, I'm going to try and train him up. And then goalkeepers, Berger's 26 and McLaughlin's 31, so I'm not even going to bother training any of them. I think what I am going to train though is O'Neill in that right back position. He's a right wing back, so his defending's probably not great. It isn't. We'll see if we can get that up a bit, and hopefully that will help us this season. But that is the training for now, and then we're going to quickly get into. I know I'm doing this all in one go, but I think it's the quickest way to get it over with. We're going to quickly. I haven't looked at them yet, but we're going to quickly look at our expectations. Oh, I've read the email. That's why. Okay, here we go. So we've actually got a really simple set of objectives here. Youth development, we've got to grow one youth academy player by 5 overall points and play them in 5 matches. It can be as a starter or as a sub, probably will be as a sub. Brand exposure, this kind of happens behind closed doors, so I have no control over it, but if you're interested, it's to sell out 85% of the attendance at 50% of home games this season. They don't have to be consecutive, just as long as 50% of home games have sold out 85% of the attendance. Financial, there's nothing because we're the wealthiest club in League One. Domestic success, we've got to win the league title. If we get into the Championship without the league title, I think we'll have a very similar budget to what we have this season, which is about 6 million when you started the career mode, but I've whistled it down to 5 so that we have some wage. If we don't clinch promotion by winning the league, I don't think we'll get much of a salary boost next year for a budget boost, for signing. So we really do need to win the league title, and the FA Cup we've got to reach around the 32 stage. I think that's fairly reasonable, and then obviously we're well off of any European football, so we haven't got to worry about that. But as you can see, the budget at the moment is 5 million with £30,000 in the wage budget, just in case we sign an older player. But yeah, there we go. I'm now going to have a little look at the positions I want to develop, and I'll come back to you when I've got a transfer plan. Okay, so I was just starting to look through the squad hub, and I realised McLaughlin has only actually got 12 months left on his contract. We've just negotiated a 2-year extension, so he'll be with us for 2 years on a wage of £5,000, which is only £200 more than what he was on before, which was £4,800. So that's the first little deal that we've done so far. I'll give you a brief update on any other players that I renegotiate contracts. I'm not going to be giving them massive pay rises or anything like that, but only if I think they're crucial and only if I think they're genuinely important to the season. I might, if they've got a 12-month contract, extend that, but otherwise it's going to pretty much stay as it is, and I'm going to transfer list some players, but I'll talk to you about all of that a little bit later. Okay, so I just found that O'Neill, I'm going to call him O'Neill. I'm going to try and remember how to pronounce that all the time, but he has actually only had 12 months left on his contract. He wants an important 4-year role with us for £2,700, which is substantially less than his current wage, which was £3,600. He wants a clean sheet bonus and a signing bonus, which I actually think I'm going to accept because it doesn't affect our wages too much, or our money too much, sorry. But he's taken a pay cut to stay with us for 4 years, so there we go. Another contract extension, 4 years. Not bad. Okay, we're just renegotiating a contract with Kyle Lafferty. Kyle Lafferty had 12 months left on his contract. We've got a 2-year deal here. I'm going to give him a pay cut because I don't really think I should be paying him that much money. We're going to try 5.5. He's a player that I do want to get someone young in and outgrow with him, and he is going to take that pay cut. He's going to take less of a pay cut, but with 10 goals we have to pay him £79,000, and it was a signing bonus of £33,000. I think that's actually a good deal. done. But Lafferty is a player that I'm hoping we can sign a youngster, get a youngster in, sorry, and then outgrow Lafferty. I'm undecided on what to do with Will Grigg. I think we are going to sell him. We've got Wyke on the transfer list, Griggs on the transfer list, Semenyo is on loan. Kimpioka I've chucked on the transfer list, same with Maguire. Gooch we're keeping this season. He has got a release clause though, so we're going to probably have to renegotiate his contract. Watmore has only got 12 months left. Robson transfer listed, Embleton we're keeping, Mumba we're keeping, Dobson we're keeping. McGeady, he was on loan at Charlton Athletic. I've called him back. He's 33. He's worth £1.7 million, so he's on the transfer list as well. Power we're keeping. Ledbitter is on the transfer list. Scowen, by the way, is one of our own players. Samet is on the transfer list. O'Neill is staying. We extended his contract. McLaughlin is new. Willis is new. Wright is on loan, which is a shame. I think he's on loan from Bristol City, but he's our best player, so that's a bit of a shame. Flanagan, his contract expires in 12 months. Similar to Watmore, I don't know what to do with these two players. I'm going to give them like a pre-season run, if you get what I mean. Like I'm going to test them out for a few games. If we think they're good enough, we'll extend their contracts. Lynch, same with him. We'll see how he goes. Ozturk, I actually transfer listed him. I think we could get a decent amount of money out of him. Smith is also transfer listed. Baldwin is on loan at Salford City, but I'm going to keep him on loan unless we need him. And then unfortunately, Declan John, the Welsh left back, is on loan here as well, which is a shame because he's one of the better players. We'll be keeping Hume. McLaughlin, we extended his contract, and Berger we're going to keep around as well. So those are the changes that I've made to the squad. As you can see here, I did recall Aidan McGeady. Hopefully we get some money, but now it is time to focus on the pre-season. I'm going to sim the games and I'll show you the results as we go. Okay, so first game we play, Watmore scores, but it's not enough. We lose 2-1 to, or I don't know how you pronounce their club's name, with them scoring a penalty in the at the start of the second half, essentially, and that was it. It looks like we don't really have much firepower in this squad at all. Okay, better result this time. We've drawn 2-2 to Groningen. Lafferty and Gooch getting the goals, Flanagan getting a red card, Hume and Lynch getting some game time. It's a much better result, but as you can see in a second from the table, that only gives us 1 point. So we need to win our next game just to have a chance of getting into the semi-finals. And I would quite like that money, so I'll get back to you after this. Oh, you know what? We'll keep you here because there's a bit of training to do. See if anyone improves. No. And it doesn't look like we're going through as a semi-final. We've ended up with 2 points after John gets us a goal early on in the game, but we didn't do anything after that apart from concede. So that is us out of the pre-season, which we could have grabbed about 2.2 million from. We've only grabbed just under 500k. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's better than nothing, but it doesn't really make a change to the budget. So that is a shame. But let's quickly have a look. Well, I will quickly have a look at players that we've scouted. In fact, I'll run you through what we're looking for. So basically what I've done is the very generic promising goalkeeper, promising centre-back, promising full-back, promising winger, because I would like a left-footed winger if I can, promising central mid, and a promising attacker, just to see if I can find anything. Now, I'm going to have a quick look through here, and if I do find anyone of any interest or anything like that, I will let you know and I'll put them on the shortlist. And then in a minute I will show you players that I've already shortlisted that I thought would be good for a Sunderland Career Mode, but I'm not sure if we're going to make a move for or not. So I will see you in a second. Okay, so this is a shortlist as it stands so far. I didn't find anyone out through those scout reports at all, anyone of interest anyway. What I'm really looking for is a winger and potentially some young centre-backs and a younger midfielder as well. Now, here we've got Trevor Chalobah. I think if we were to sign him, he would pretty much walk into the team straight away, but we'd have to spend about 2 million on him, so I would only make that move if we sell Ledbitter and a few of the other players, because we need to shift a few players before we start buying, because we have only got 5 million and I wouldn't mind getting a youth academy set up. We've also got Sam Morsey, who's another alternative to Chalobah, but he wouldn't be anywhere near as good of a signing because Chalobah could definitely grow into that role quite quickly. If Chalobah is too expensive though, and we can't make the move happen, we have also got James Garner on the transfer hub as well. Same position, pretty much exactly the same player. They're very, very similar. In fact, he's actually got way more traits than Chalobah. I don't think Chalobah's got any. And James Garner is 2 years younger and only 3 ratings lower, so not that much of a difference. He would need more training, but I actually think he's a little bit more well-rounded. His shooting is definitely better, which it makes him appeal to me a bit more now, actually. And he's not far off in the defending areas or anything like that. The only thing is he doesn't have a real face. That's the only real downside. But James Garner and Chalobah, definitely players that I'll be looking for. Or keeping an eye on, should I say. Then we've got Adam Armstrong from Blackburn Rovers. I think this is more of a signing that we'll probably make next season, just because he would basically wipe out our whole budget. So hopefully next season we'll be able to grab the Blackburn Rovers striker Adam Rovers. Oh dear. Hopefully next season we'll be able to secure Adam Armstrong as our striker. I think that'd be really good. We then have a English striker for us, which is, something that English teams are fascinated by. But yeah, no, I think that would be a really good transfer for us to grab, but definitely will not happen this season, because of our budget. So we're more likely to get Trevor Chalobah or James Garner, but so far those are the only players I'm really looking at properly. Okay, we finally got a transfer for Aidan McGeady. It's been about another week. I've done another week of training. No one improved. We've got Bazek Shir coming in with an offer of 1.85 million for McGeady. We should be seeing an offer closer to 2 million, in my opinion. So what we're going to do is negotiate this, and hopefully we can get this deal over the line. Okay, so I'm going to ask for 2.25 million for McGeady. They're going to go 1.95. Okay, they're listening. We're going to go same again, but 2.15. Hopefully we can get this over the line. It's very close to what they're offering. That is going to massively, massively improve our budget this season. Hopefully we can get actually McGeady's value, which would be 1.7 from that deal, because obviously you don't get all of the money that you make. So even though we've accepted a 2.15 million offer, we'll probably only get about 1.6 to 1.8 of that, if we're lucky. So hopefully that will make a massive difference to our budget, which was cut short by us going out pre-season tournament. So that is absolutely brilliant. We might have a problem. I said about that release clause with Gooch. Yeah, it's been paid. So what we're going to have to do now is really quickly find him and renegotiate a contract with Gooch. Where is he? There he is. I cannot risk him. I didn't even look at the club that has paid his release clause. I cannot risk him leaving us. He is going to be absolutely crucial. Like his role. Crucial role. Come on, Gooch. Come on. Let's make this quick. 4 years. If he's asking for 4, we can push for 5. That'd be brilliant. Yes, 5-year contract. That's perfect. No release clause. Even better. And how much money should we give him? I think we'll bump him up to 5 grand a week. I think that should keep him at the club, and that will stop him from leaving. Heart attack over. Okay, we've just received a transfer from McLaughlin from a club that I've never heard of. He's worth 600,000. He's 31, so we could move him on, but to buy a goalkeeper who's the same rating as him, so 69/70 rating, who's a lot younger, would probably cost us a few million. So I don't really think it's worth it. So I think we're going to definitely reject this offer. Money we could get from him is about 800,000 maximum, and that's not really going to help us at all in getting a new goalkeeper to replace him. So I think what we've got to really do is try and get in a young goalkeeper and then grow them. So hopefully we can do that. But for now, John McLaughlin will be staying at the club. Okay, we've got some good news here. McGeady has been sold and we are literally getting exactly what he's worth, 1.7 million into the transfer budget. But even better news, we've got a transfer offer for Watmore from Sivasspor. I think that's how you pronounce it. I believe that is also a Turkish club, but I'm not sure. Anyway, he is worth £825,000. They've offered 720. They've completely lowballed it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to negotiate it. If we can get somewhere towards the £1 million mark, I will sell him. If they're going to be stubborn and only want to offer less than his worth, then we won't sell him. So I will catch you up in a bit. Okay, so that was actually really quick. As you can see, they accepted a 950,000 offer, which is the first offer I made. I feel like I should have asked for £1 million, but they have accepted a £950,000 transfer for Duncan Watmore. We could probably do quite a bit with that money, especially with the money from McGeady as well. Let's go and have a look at our budget now. If we get that 925, which will probably end up being 800 once the transfer is done, that pushes us very, very close to £8 million. Yeah, that will basically give us £8 million. So we could definitely go out and get a decent signing for our for the Watmore position on the right wing. So that is looking very promising. Okay, here we are. I have found quite a few players that I would like to sign. We're going to start with 2 goalkeepers that I would like to go after. We've got Jari de Bussa, who has got a decent potential somewhere in the 70s. I think it's somewhere between 74 and 76. So he would be a good signing. He would only set us back a few £100,000, maximum of 500,000 really. And then also Alfie Whiteman, who I would like to sign that a little bit more because of his real face. He's got a very similar potential. I think it's about 75. So I do definitely want to go after Alfred Whiteman. I think he is worth about £500,000. So hopefully we can get that over the line. I think definitely I do want to go for Chalobah, but he will set us back a fair quid. And then potentially James Garner on a loan. But what I have found is Michael Obafemi, and I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but actually, if we could get Obafemi, I think that'd be a really, really good deal. We could put Lafferty on the shortlist, and then keep Semenyo as the backup. I think this would be a brilliant deal, really. Some green club have gone after him already, so if we're going to make this signing work, we need to do it straight away. I don't know what they offered, but we're probably going to go in at face value, so 1.5 million. And then I've also found the winger that I would like to sign, Charles Abbey. Now I've signed him before. I think I signed him in the first season as well, so got to try and remember what I signed him for. I think it might have been about £1 million. I think he's roughly 76 or 67 rated is roughly where he sits at. But what I want to do first is get Obafemi. So we're going to go in and approach to buy him before he accepts a contract with whatever club that is. I really, really hope this works. Okay, so we've just submitted a £1.5 million transfer fee. They want exactly that, but with a 5% sell-on clause. You know what? 5% really isn't much. I think we're going to accept that. 1.5 million with a 5% sell-on clause. Really don't think that's bad. Let's jump into negotiations. Okay, this couldn't have gone any better. He's agreed an important 5-year role at Sunderland. Now all we've got to do is the wage. Now I think because he's at a Premier League club, he might actually take a pay cut. So if we offer him £8,000, I think he might take that. Oh my goodness, we have just signed Obafemi for 1.5 million. That is an absolute bargain, and we've still got a decent amount of money to spend on Chalobah, Whiteman and Charles Abbey. And that is the first signing of the season. Michael Obafemi, I mean, wow, what a transfer that is. He is going to be absolutely insane for us this season, and I cannot wait to get him in the club and start genuinely using him as our number 1 striker. That is going to be... I'm actually well excited if you can't tell. Let's make some more signings. Come on, let's get it done. Okay, so the next signing that I think we really need to make is the one of Charles Abbey. I do remember him being somewhere around the 1.5 million mark, so I think we might be able to get him for the same price that we just bought Obafemi for, so that's what we're going to try. I will see you if it works, or if it fails. Okay, so the first offer we're making is of £1.5 million. They have accepted. I really hope we haven't overpaid. Let's jump into negotiations. Okay, here we are. He has accepted an important 5-year contract, exactly the same as Obafemi, no release clause. Now for his wage, I think we're probably going to have to pay him about £7,000, so I'm hoping that this is enough. Yes! Another crucial signing done. 66 rating. Oh, I thought it was 67. But 1.1 million is his value, so actually we could have definitely got him for cheaper, but to be fair, I'm just happy that we've got him. So Obafemi and Charles Abbey have joined us for a combined £3 million. really not bad when you look at the quality of these two players. I'm very, very happy with that. They're both on big contracts for 5 years. I'm ecstatic. I cannot wait to get these two into the first team. Okay, and with the arrival of Obafemi and Charles Abbey, we have completely changed the training, and it's very attack-minded apart from O'Neill. So Obafemi, Abbey, Gooch, and Mumba are all on adept attacking scenarios. Hopefully we can get their finishing up. At the moment, it's kind of all in the 60s, which isn't great. And then we've got O'Neill on defending, so hopefully... Oh, I'm just so excited. But Obafemi and Abbey, apart from Semenyo, who's on loan, are the only players who are promising, which does worry me a bit, but hopefully that will change. Let's see if anyone improves. A bit slow there. But yes, Mumba keeps improving, but none of the improvements so far, because his finishing, attack position and all that is so low, it hasn't actually given him a rating up yet. But hopefully we'll get there. But Obafemi on a 67 and Abbey on a 66 hopefully should take us to that next level this season. Okay, now, the signings of Obafemi and Charles Abbey cost us £3 million. We only made about 1.7 off of the sale of McGeady, and what more is yet to move. I have also put Lafferty on the transfer list. He should bring in roughly about £1 million as well. But at the moment, that leaves us with £4.6 million. Now, Chalobah will cost us about £2 million, so don't really want to sign him just yet. And Whiteman would cost around £500,000 to £700,000, depending on what Tottenham Hotspur want. So that would, if we made those two signings now, that would leave us with quite literally just about £2 million, which for me isn't quite enough for a youth scout, and we still need to potentially renew contracts with Flanagan, and there was someone else who needed a new contract. Watmore might actually be leaving. So we still need a little bit of money left. So for now, I'm going to hold out on signing Chalobah and signing Whiteman, but if we don't have enough money by the end of the transfer window for Chalobah, we can at least sign Whiteman. We could maybe get a loan deal for Chalobah, but I would prefer to sign him, because otherwise, by the time we want to sign him next season, he'll be worth a lot more money. So hopefully we actually get some more sales out the door, because at the moment we've only sold McGeady. There is a deal going through for Watmore, but we do need more money before we sign any more players. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get those deals over the line. Talking of deals, we have got a offer here for Chris Maguire. It's not going to be much money, but we have also got a training injury, which I'm really not happy about. It's Carl Lafferty for 5 days. Actually, no, that doesn't matter too much. Watmore has been sold. That's £700,000 into the budget. That's great. We've got a scout report on Alfie Whiteman and Valkyniers. They're both goalkeepers. But a club called Austria Wien has gone in for Huddersfield's Trevor Chalobah for 2.1 million. So I think we've got to make a move for him now. Otherwise, we might miss out. Got a scout report on Whiteman. Like I said, we're going to leave that because he's in the shortlist. Let's have a look at this goalkeeper. Is he as good as Whiteman? No, nowhere near. So that's fine. What we'll do first is we'll go and have a look at this transfer offer for Maguire. Now, Maguire's worth £600,000 and oh my god, we're only supposed to get 300. Are you kidding me? I know this is going to get rejected, but there's no point having him on the transfer list if we're not going to make any money off of selling him. So I'm going to delegate for what would give us money, but I think I know I said I didn't want to make a move for Chalobah yet, but we have got Lafferty. What more just left? We've got a few players that we can shift. We've got 5.3 million. Let's go and do it. Let's go and sign, or try to sign, Trevor Chalobah. They've been given an offer of 2.1. I think we'll try and go at 2 million and see what happens. Okay, so we've submitted a £2 million offer. They've accepted. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Let's get into negotiations. This is genuinely a perfect deal. He accepted a crucial role. Well, he basically asked for everything. He asked for a crucial role. He asked for 4 years. We pushed it to 5. He accepted. No release clause. And he's asked for £5,100 a week, which is actually not bad. It's not, I thought he was going to ask for like 7,000. But he does want a high signing bonus of 54,000, and he wants, after 25 appearances, £145,000 to go into his bank account. So we're basically giving him 200,000, just under, in signing bonuses. but £5,000 a week. I think that's decent. I think that's the lowest we're going to get it, but it does only leave us with 3 million left. But we can sign Whiteman with that, and then hopefully if we sell Lafferty and Maguire, we should get enough for a youth scout and hopefully have a bit of money spare. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to accept Trevor Chalobah is a Sunderland player. We've made 3 big signings, the biggest one being Trevor Chalobah with 2 million. He is now worth £2 million. I think he hasn't gone up a rating, but he's worth 2 million now, which is brilliant. He was worth 1.7 before we signed him, and the club that went in for him, yeah, they didn't get him. So 3 big signings, 3 big first team signings as well at that. Brilliant stuff so far. Let's go and quickly chuck in Chalobah into the starting lineup. I am going to take Scowen off for, let's put Ledbetter on the pitch. Let's take Led off the pitch to put Chalobah on. Maguire can sit back on the bench again. There we go. So that is quite a lineup now. We've got Gooch up top, Obafemi and Abbey as well. Chalobah sitting behind them, Power as well, and then I would say a pretty decent defence apart from McLaughlin, just because of his age. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. We've got one more signing to make, and that is Alfie Whiteman. So I will see you once we have made that signing. Okay, so Alfie Whiteman is worth £450,000. They kind of suggest that you offer between 500 and 700. We're going to offer exactly what he's worth and see what they say to that. I don't think they're going to like it. Oh, £450,000 with a 3% sell-on clause. That saves us a lot of money. Deal done. Thank you, Jose Mourinho. Okay, so far Whiteman has accepted a rotation role for 5 years. He did originally ask for 4, but we've pushed it to 5. I just gave him an offer of £4,500 a week, but he wants a signing bonus and is willing to take £200 off his wage. I think we're looking at a pretty good deal here. Leaves us with 2.7 million with 1,000 left in the wage budget. We will adjust that. But yeah, that is hopefully all the signings we need to make, and now it's just players going out the door. So Obafemi, Abbey, Chalobah and Whiteman are all joining the club. That's 2 English players, a Frenchman and an Irishman as well. So a little bit of variety there. 2 English players to bolster the squad as well, which for some reason is something that all English clubs are after. And he will replace Berger on the bench just because of his age more than anything. Don't really know who's the better keeper. Whiteman's taller and he's younger. There we go. Whiteman sits on the bench now. This team is actually looking like it could get us through the championship. And speaking of that, we've got our first game. Oh, that's the news. Our first game is against Oxford United. We've got a bit of news here. Transfer for Maguire. It's Swansea City this time. I think we're going to delegate again because it's far too low of an offer. We're going to ask for 750,000 and no less than his worth, which is 600,000. Really not being that out of order there. Let's just delete that email. And then another offer for John McLaughlin, which we're going to reject because he is going to be crucial this season. But yeah, here we go. We're going to play our first game, which is against Oxford United. I think we've got quite a quiet month. No, we haven't. Got a game against Ipswich, Scunthorpe, Rochdale, Portsmouth, Wimbledon and Peterborough. So we're going to have to set up a second team, I think, to get ourselves through this, well, through August really. But yeah, let's jump into the press conference. Okay, so I'm only showing you this press conference because it's the first one, but they're asking how the pre-season impacts the squad ahead of our first competitive match. I'm going to say that I have faith in my team. Let's just do that. That will increase the morale. Is the league title within reach this season? All players are committed. We aim to win everything. We have the talent to achieve it, is what I'm going to say. I do think we have the talent to get us through League One quite easily, so we'll see how that goes. And they're asking about Chalobah, will he play in the first game sort of thing. I think he'll be good for the team. There we go. Chalobah's very happy. Sunderland, okay. The whole team is happy. Hopefully we can go into this game and get a really good result, so I will see you in the match. And here we are at the Stadium of Light.
And welcome our visitors, Oxford United.
Oxford United against Sunderland. First game of the season. I'm going to go through the lineup when it pops up in a second. Oh, he's going to read it out.
John McLaughlin.
John McLaughlin.
Number 13, Luke O'Neill.
Luke O'Neill.
Number 4, Jordan Willis.
Jordan Willis.
Number 26, Daily Wright.
Daily Wright.
Number 12, Tom Flanagan.
Tom Flanagan.
And number 6, Max Power.
Max Power. They've missed out Declan John. They've also missed out Trevor Chalobah, Obafemi, Abbey and Gooch. Clearly they haven't got those names wired into the game or whatever. But there we go. We are ready to take on Oxford United here. I'm hoping this will be a win for us. I think it probably will be. We've got a very attacking team. 5-4-3, 5-2-3, sorry. 5-4-3 would be illegal. There's too many players on the pitch. Chalobah with the first touch. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to take it slow, I think. Try and get used to all of our players. We've got Flanagan, Wright and Willis in the heart of the defence. We've got Declan John and O'Neill in the full-back positions or wing-back positions, whichever one you think we're playing more. I think it is probably wing-backs. We've got Power doing a little bit of a skill move there into Chalobah. Chalobah putting it out into O'Neill. O'Neill is number 13, which reminds me I do want to change some of the numbers. Not drastically, but more for the new signings. Obafemi moving forward here. Getting it towards Charles Abbey. Charles Abbey, oh my god, we've already scored. Obafemi with the assist, Charles Abbey with the goal. Some really good footwork from Abbey, and he did well to actually get on the ball. If you look at this pass, it's not brilliant. It goes towards the defender, but Abbey picks it up, takes it off of his left foot onto his right, and pretty much tucks it under the goalkeeper. Let's have a look. Yeah, just around the side of him. And we're already 1-0 up against Oxford United at home. I mean, could it go any better? Not really. Not really. It could go better if we'd already been 3-0 up, but that's kind of a bit impossible. Charles Abbey with his first goal for Sunderland, the first goal scorer for Sunderland this season. What a goal, what a start. O'Neill gets into Abbey, okay, I don't know what happened that pass. That was going to Power, but it was just awful. And intercepted very easily. Chalobah trying to make a challenge, and they have actually scored through Taylor. They had a really good through ball pass there into Taylor. Simple finish for him in the end. The defending wasn't good enough. Chalobah had a challenge in there. Didn't really get anything out of it though. So I guess you can kind of put Chalobah to fault, but then again, the back three, a little bit unorganised there. Yeah, completely Wright and Chalobah there. Chalobah had the chance, but then Wright just wasn't marking him at all, leaving it to Willis to kind of clear it up there, but he didn't have enough time. And it's 1-1. Not a great start. Only in the 20th minute, and we've been pegged back to a draw as it stands. That's not great. Really not what you look for. I would kind of hope that we'd maybe just be holding possession and pushing for that second goal. I wouldn't expect it yet, but pushing for a second one. Now we've got to get ourselves back in front again. Chalobah into Abbey. Abbey with a cross in for Obafemi. It gets deflected towards their goalkeeper. It's Brown running forward now on the edge of the box. Willis to make the block. There we go. And it is a corner to Oxford United. Okay, what they're going to do on this corner. They're whipping it in. And Power got a touch on it. It's with Obafemi now. Obafemi gets tackled by Brown. Didn't get any time on the ball at all. Chalobah with it into... okay. Somehow that mix up there was a foul. And we've given away a free kick. To be honest with you, I'm not very happy with the way we've played so far. I think we've been quite sloppy. Henry taking the free kick. It's a good one. And it was very, very close to going in. Just ever so wide. Look at that. That's a really well struck free kick there. Just wide of the goal. So at the moment he's doing all of it. We have got it through to Obafemi. Obafemi into Chalobah. Chalobah hits into Gooch. Gooch doesn't have enough space to get a shot off, but he keeps the ball. He's running it around again, and he's going to get it into Abbey, who takes on the shot, and it's saved by Eastwood. Better attacking football there. Chalobah, let's just get it into someone. Gooch. Okay, Gooch, what can we do? Can we get it into Obafemi? Not quite. And I think that is half-time now. There's a few more seconds to run down, and there we go. Half-time. It's 1-1. We had a good attack just before the end of half-time there. Charles Abbey couldn't finish it. Probably wasn't the best place to take the shot. Overall though, since they have scored, we've managed to hold our own a little bit, and towards the end of the first half, sorry, we have started to pick it up a little bit more. So we need to definitely see more of that in the second half, and hopefully we can get ourselves the 3 points by the end of this game. Okay, and we are back for the second half. We've got a big second half ahead. We need to really improve on the football we were playing in that second half. We started to pick ourselves back up again towards the end of the second half, but it wasn't quite enough to get ourselves another goal. Gooch has given it away again. We need to really be way more clinical when we move forward. Flanagan with a questionable header, or clearance, or whatever you want to call it. It wasn't great. We are on the back foot. Wright picks it back up. It's with Chalobah. Chalobah can hold on to it enough to get it into Max Power. Max Power back into Chalobah. Gooch is down the side. We're pushing forward nicely. I'm hoping Gooch can keep this, because if he can, we could really be a threat here. And Dickey tackles it. Max Power into Gooch here. Gooch. I was going to try and get that to Obafemi, but Obafemi stopped his run, so I had to really quickly change the direction of the pass. Gooch gets it back into... Okay, great. Getting that into Obafemi here. Obafemi can't really do a lot here, but he's running through them fairly nicely. Going to run back this way. Try and get it forward to Charles Abbey, who wasn't making the run, but he's got it. Charles Abbey makes it 2-1. Wow. Obafemi with another assist. Charles Abbey picks up the pieces of not really a great pass, like the other one from earlier, and he tucks it in that bottom right corner, giving us the advantage. It wasn't a great attack, but it got us the goal. Charles Abbey picks it up off the defender and tucks it in that bottom right corner. We need to really improve. That attack was alright, but Charles Abbey did that himself. Let's be honest. Like, Obafemi's pass wasn't brilliant. Charles Abbey picks up the pieces and tucks it in. We need to be a lot better moving forward, because at the moment it is a little bit painful. It was good vision from Obafemi, but the pass wasn't great. So I can't really give him the credit of the assist, although he did get the assist. And we might be in a game with Charles Abbey with another Obafemi assist, if I can keep it. Or we might get it into Obafemi. Oh, Charles Abbey picks it up again, but can't keep it. Yeah, Charles Abbey has definitely been the best player on the pitch for us today. We might be able to get it into him here in a good position. Gooch, can we make a good run? We can make a good run. Can he keep it? No, can't keep it. Okay, I'm going to take Chalobah off for Dobson. I'm going to give Dobson some minutes. Chalobah's had a good debut. It hasn't been perfect, but I think it's time just to take him off, give Dobson some minutes and test out Dobson as well. Dobson. Okay, no. Come on, we've only got a few minutes left. We've got added time. Come on, Wilson, make that tackle. No, they're running us ragged here. And oh my God, Taylor has nearly equalised. How we've got away with that, I don't know. Jesus. And it's about to be over. Make the pass. There we go. Okay. That has put me out my misery. 3 points. Charles Abbey definitely man of the match. Obafemi had an okay game, but couldn't really get him into it in an attacking sense apart from those assists. Midfield was a little bit slow for me. Defence was a little bit slow, but we got the result. We got the points, and we can move on. Okay, we just received a transfer for Chris Maguire. It's a much better transfer for this time. We're going to ask for 700 again. See if we can get that from them. They have agreed. Empoli will take Chris Maguire for 700,000. Let's hope that deal gets over the line, because Swansea and the other club did not want to spend any more than 300,000 basically. So hopefully that goes over the line. And that is pretty much the end of the episode. What's this? Transfer for Hume. I'm going to block that because I think he's far too young for us to let go. He might have a really good future ahead. Our next game is against Ipswich. We've got a transfer for Robson as well. This is one of the other players I do want to move on. £300,000 they want to offer. Let's go 450 and no less than 350. That would be brilliant. There we go. Are there going to be any more emails? No. So the next episode, we will be playing Ipswich. I will actually play that game. Then we will set up a second team to play against Scunthorpe United or whatever. Yeah, Scunthorpe United. We'll probably play Portsmouth as well. Sim against Rochdale. And then we'll have one more episode against AFC Bournemouth, Peterborough, and the finale of the transfer window. So August is going to be split over 3 episodes, basically. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We've started to build a team that could hopefully secure us League One's title, get us into the Championship. I think we've got the foundations of a team that's going to improve. We've obviously got Obafemi and Abbey, who can definitely grow our attack. We've got Chalobah, who will probably be the first player that we grow to a 70 rating. which will be brilliant. We've got Alfie Whiteman as well to hopefully by the end of the season be able to play instead of McLaughlin, if not be better than him. I think it's more likely that we'll get Whiteman to like a 68 or a 69. Don't think he'll overtake him. Got a decent bench. We've got a few players like Lafferty and Maguire to still offload. There's a few more players that I want to get rid of as well. But we've got the foundation for a team that can definitely win us the League One title, I think. And yeah, we've made a good start already. A tough game against Oxford, but nonetheless a game that we needed to just get the result so that we can really get this team going. As long as we're getting results, I'm going to be happy. Got a good squad, got a good season ahead of us, a tough one, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, consider subscribing. Words, jeez, man. Take a minute to breathe. Take a minute to breathe. Done. Consider subscribing if you want to hear me muck up my words even more and get frustrated with my players when they can't score. Consider giving it a like if you have enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I feel like I'm going to say see you again. So yeah, see you in the next episode again. Yeah, there we go. I'm wasting your time. Sorry. Goodbye.